Yeah. Okay, we're recording.
Okay. All right, good deal. Well, welcome to the Never Settle podcast. We got the video here. If we happen to publish the video, but welcome to Never Settle. We got Samith Pich here from Western Australia. Welcome to the Never Settle show.
Absolutely a pleasure to be here.
Thanks again. This is take number 2 for us. We had a little some technical mishaps last week when we tried this, but we're going to do it again. So I already said, where do you live? Let's dive right in. And how many kids do you have, Samith?
I have 3 beautiful girls. The oldest one's 18, middle one's 13, youngest is 5 years old. So I like to keep busy.
Yeah. You got. I'm sure you got your hands full there.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of business do you operate?
I'm primarily an online internet marketing coach. So I work with local businesses, doing a lot of consulting, but also I've been an internet marketer, 6-figure internet marketer since around 2012. So I do offline and online.
Okay, good deal. And how did you get started with it all?
I think we start very much a similar story to what most people do. I was a high school teacher. I've been a high school teacher for almost 10 years. And I just felt that there was more. I felt that, I felt that I was worth more than, say, $30 an hour. I was wanting to be at home with my kids more. I think that was my primary driver because I was missing out on a lot of their lives. And then late one night, you just go online, you type those immortal words, how to make money online, and you go down the rabbit hole. And that's how I started.
Yep. Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. Yeah, very similar story. Wasn't a high school teacher, but looking online and how to make money, and kind of got started the same way. We had a couple Gary Vaynerchuk book, the Tim Ferriss 4-Hour Work Week, and that was kind of my gateway drug, is what I call it, to the whole internet marketing world.
Yeah, absolutely.
So is this your first business? Have you ran a few businesses, or is this kind of the one you've been since you started?
I've done pretty much everything there is to do online by now. If there was something that I could throw money at and someone wanted to take my money, I gave my money out. Look, I've done everything from Forex trading to stock exchange to e-com to general affiliate marketing to CPA marketing to email marketing. It took me a couple of years, to be honest with you, because my mind was everywhere, just trying to see what there is. But it's only been since about 2012 did I kind of settle on this. And, along the way, you just keep clarifying what's important to you. You just keep kind of honing in on what you really like to do and really what you are good at and what you want to continue doing.
Yep, spot on. Same here. I've tried just about everything myself, and couldn't have said it better. A very, very, very similar path, trying it, and you kind of just figure out what you're good at, what you enjoy doing, and kind of, like you said, hone in on what you enjoy doing and what you get good at and make money from.
Yeah.
So, how many years have you been kind of doing all this online marketing? You said you got started in 2008-ish?
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing because I feel like a dinosaur already. And it's amazing. You can be online for 6 months and you can feel like a dinosaur. But I started in 2008. I didn't earn my first dollar until 2012. Like, I just kept on trying everything. And then late 2012, 2013, it all kind of changed, and I started earning some decent money online, and I hit 6 figures in about 2013, and we've been doing pretty well.
Okay, good deal. Yeah, very similar. It took me a couple of years to start making a decent money, and it seems to be the common theme. When the truth comes out, the courses you buy, a lot of people, you get they get these unrealistic expectations and think they should be doing $100,000 in the first 6 months. And it can happen, but it's not likely.
Yes, and as an industry, we sell those unrealistic expectations as well. I was literally going to start thinking of creating a course that literally says, this is going to be as hard as hell. It's going to cost you a lot of money and a lot of time, and you probably won't even make it. But here you go. Where's your credit card details? But it's, maybe another time.
No, absolutely, absolutely. What would you guess? Because I'm big on balancing. Obviously, you got family with 3 girls, got a business. What would you guesstimate on roughly the hours a week you work?
I work a ridiculous amount of hours. Because at the moment I'm doing 2 main businesses. So I would say, let's see, I'm an early riser. So I wake up around 6. I start really around 7. And then I go into about 5. I try to have
Okay.
normal business hours as much
Hmm.
as possible. And then I might do an hour or two, usually about an hour maximum at night time, just to finish up on some stuff before, so I can get ready for the next day.
Okay. Okay. What is one thing you wish you knew when you started your entrepreneurial career?
What do I wish I knew? There's so much I wish I knew. Um, that I think the things that internet marketing is just a new method to do what is essentially an ancient thing, which is uh, gathering a tribe, solving problems, and being a great person who gives value. So essentially, what you do, I love the way you do it, but we're always trying to sell the newest, latest widget, or the newest, or the next traffic hack, or how to do things faster. But the fundamentals of business are no
Hmm.
different, really.
Yep.
There is, get a group of people who have a problem, show them how you can solve that problem, and then take orders when the time is right.
Hmm.
It's like no different. The only difference is, we're using technology to either automate it or scale it. But if you don't have those fundamentals right, if you don't know how to give value, then you obviously got to invest yourself into you can. If you don't know how to create a tribe, then you obviously need to learn persuasion, and you need to learn copy, and you need to learn, just being able to speak and give value. And everything you need to learn, you can learn. But the most important things are really not learnable. The most important things are about how do you think like an entrepreneur. That is 10 times more important than knowing the latest webinar platform, or how to code
Hmm.
on WordPress. I mean, anyone,
Yep.
you can hire someone to do that. But if you can't
Yes.
think like an entrepreneur, it doesn't happen. And so moving from being an employee to an entrepreneur, that's the hardest part of the journey. And all that happens on the inside. It doesn't happen on the outside.
Yep. Yep. No, that's funny. You say the fundamentals, and I sometimes, for whatever reason, I get attracted to the flashy, like you said, the traffic hack or whatever. And
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
the fundamentals that worked 50 years ago and the fundamentals that are probably working 50 years from now,
Yeah.
that's what you got to master. And like you said, that doesn't matter the webinar platform or WordPress and the coding and all that. Like,
Yeah.
you got to get the fundamentals down. And like you said, you can hire the other,
Yeah.
the people to do the technical type of stuff.
Yeah. So people say, hey, find out about this underground traffic source that is converting at 1 cent per click. And I said, that's awesome. But do you have a business model that can actually convert this traffic source? Is this traffic source
Yes.
the right one for you? Do you actually have a business model where you get actually sell stuff? So
Yep.
it doesn't matter what the traffic source is. All that matters is, do you have a business model in place? Do you understand it? And are you willing to work day in and day out to make that happen?
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Nope. Makes absolute sense. And sometimes, like I said, I get distracted with the flashy and the sexiness of it
No,
all,
so do I.
and forget about the fundamentals. They're maybe a little bit boring or
Yeah,
dry, but they always work when you come back to the
absolutely. Yep.
fundamentals. So, in your opinion, what is the most common reason people fail or maybe give up too early?
Um, Impatience. I think
Hmm.
impatience is one of the key things. Um, it really struck out to me, and I think this is something that Gary Vaynerchuk Chuck talks a lot about, having the patience to be here for the long term. And I think the
Hmm.
person who wins, I've just been formulating this idea, but the person who wins is the person who can outlast all your competitors. If you really think about it, if one person wants to do it and they're like, I have to earn money in 3 months, or otherwise I'm just going to go back to a job. And the other person's like, I don't care if it takes me the next 10 years. This is worth doing.
Hmm.
I'm going to figure this
Yes.
whole thing out, and I'm going to grind, and I'm going to learn whatever I need to do, because this is who I am. I'm an entrepreneur.
Hmm.
And if I don't make money this way, I'll make money that way. So a lot of people don't have the patience to stick at one thing long enough to actually start seeing the results. And that result may come in a few weeks, or it may come in a few months, or like me, just a bit slow, it may come in a few years. But then once you got it, you got it.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. What are some specific roadblocks to watch out for? Maybe a couple things that you struggled with over the years, and if they are things that you struggled with, how did you overcome those roadblocks?
I call myself a recovering procrastinator because most of the time, all the roadblocks that I face are pretty much myself. And so some of the biggest roadblocks are either not focusing on the right work, or procrastinating long enough so I don't get the work that needs to be done. Because when you move from an employee to an entrepreneur, you don't have a boss, and your boss is the guy looking at yourself in the mirror. And we probably know that the reason why you're not an employee is because you probably don't like working that much. I'm lazy, but then at the same time, I'm not. I mean, if you give me a choice, I would like any normal person, I'd like to choose the easier path, right? But at the same time, the roadblock is getting clear on why I'm doing this, getting clear on what I need to do. So I think the best way to get over most roadblocks is to stop thinking about the big picture and chunk it down to something really, really easy and reasonable. So instead of making the big goal, hey, I want to earn 6 figures, you just go, the goal may be, hey, I want to earn my first $1 online. Like, what can I sell for $1? Okay, now I know that I want to sell something for $1. What's my next step? My next step is, instead of going, I want to create a Facebook fan page that has 10,000 likes, just go, how do I get my first like? Or how do I today, I'm just going to create the Facebook cover page. Tomorrow, I'm going to learn about the about page. So chunking everything down means that you don't have that overwhelm. You can stay focused. I mean, you should have an idea of where you're heading in the future, but it doesn't become the all-encompassing thing, which a lot of people just kind of overwhelms them.
Okay, yeah. And like you said, it comes back to that being patient.
Yeah.
Chunking it down, and like you said, not going for the 10,000 fans or likes or whatever you want to call it, but go for the 1, and then the 2, and then the 5 and 10, and build from there. And the crawl before you walk. And it comes down to patience. You're exactly right. And I know I'm guilty of it at times too, wanting to hit this revenue figure or this many likes or whatever, this many blog posts, this many podcast episodes. Well, how many do you have now? None, or we'll get 1, and then just kind of build on that.
Yeah.
What are you not very good at?
I'm not very good at a lot of things. So many things I'm not so good at. I'm probably not as good as at prioritizing my time as I'd like. Probably not as good at. I'm not as patient as I would like to be. And I feel like I am a patient person, but other times I just want this to work. And I'm not as good on the follow through as I would like to be. One of the biggest things I've learned is you got to ship, you got to follow through. And a lot of things, to be honest with you, I haven't followed through with. I might buy a course and then look in the first 2 pages and never do it with you. It's better to not have even started. And I do suffer from shiny object syndrome. I love I love this industry because there's so many new things and so many cool people and so many ways to make money online. So sometimes I forget what I need to be focusing on, and I try something else when it's better not to even try it. So I have little strategies that I do, that I ask myself. I try to stay focused. I try to stay on point. But those are the things that I think we all struggle with when it comes to the day in and day out, because it's our life. We do whatever we want with it.
Yep. No, I like at least you said at the very beginning. You said I'm not good at a lot of things. At least you're self-aware to realize that. There's a lot of people that would be in denial and think that maybe they're okay at a lot of things and not want to accept that they're not really that good. Or they're bad at a lot of things. And it's okay to be bad at a lot of things, you want to kind of focus on, you want to be good at a couple things and hire the people, you know, you want to work on your zone of genius. If you're a writer, you focus on writing and hire the people to do the technical stuff or the whatever stuff that you're not good at, and don't try to don't spend too much time, energy, or focus on things that you're not good at.
Totally agree, Adam. So my whole life revolves around what I'm good at. That's what, at this point in my business, I pretty much only do three things. I speak, I talk, and I train. That's it. Those are the three things that I'm really, really good at. So I love talking and selling, and then I love speaking in front of people, and I love training people. And so my whole business revolves around that. Everything else I outsource, or I get my virtual assistants to do, or I've got, you know, people in my team that can get on with all that manual labor, and that's what I found I want to do.
Yeah, it makes a ton of sense. What is the best book you've read in the last 6 months?
Some great books I've read. The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. That is all about stoicism. So it's a great book. Let me see if there's anything in the back that I was reading. Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson is an excellent one if you want to know like overall excellent marketing tips. And probably not as good. Those two would be excellent. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just dove back into Expert Secrets, or I read a quarter of it, got back into it just this weekend. And The Obstacles Away is excellent. I read that earlier this year by Ryan Holiday. He's an excellent author. I've read a couple of his books, and they're all very, very, very good.
Yes, absolutely.
What is your proudest moment in the last 12 months?
Proudest moment in the last 12 months. Well, recently we went off onto a family holiday for about a week and a half. In the last, about 2 months ago, we went on a family vacation. And that was probably the first family vacation where I totally unplugged. I totally, you know, I didn't do any work. And you know, I didn't do any work. I did still check on one or two things, and I was earning the amount of money that I wanted to earn. I was earning essentially passive income, and I was doing really well on that holiday, even though it wasn't in my business. So I was really proud that as a family, we were connecting, we were having such a good time, and that I had a business that I was furiously working to make sure that everybody, everything was in line before we went on to that holiday. Hours and days before, because I wanted it to be as hands-off as possible. And then I was proud of myself that I created that system, so it didn't have to rely on me, and it worked. So it just means that there's a lot more time for myself and my family now. And it's awesome. It's taken a couple of years to get there, but now we have it.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Good for you. That's what you want, to go on vacation and not have to worry about it. Not worry about it too much. Of course, you thought about it, but no, that's great. So
because I've been on vacations where I've worked the entire time, which is
same here, where I'm constantly constantly worrying, constantly checking whether it's email. Same here, and it's not vacation. You know, it's too stressful. You know, you can't wait to get back to the computer. You know, if you're working from the laptop, and you're not really thinking about, you're not enjoying the present. You know, you're wanting to get home, and that's no fun for anyone. You know, the family included in that. So, I've been on that set before, and that's not a fun vacation. If you had 5 minutes left to live, what would you tell your children, your family, your close friends are the 3 most important things you've learned about how to live a happy life?
The main thing, well, I always loved this Stuart Wilde quote, is that always be yourself because everyone else is taken. We spend a lot of times thinking that we need to be more than what we are, but when really, in essence, the best happiness you can have is just total acceptance of who you are, good and bad, and just be yourself. And you'll realize that all you need in life is, who you are as a person, and that if you just be that, you'll be totally fine. As a person, as a goal-driven, type A personality, I used to always think that goals are important, Goals are important. Having goals is important, especially when you're starting out. But I think that you should love the process more than you love the goal. So love the journey, love the process of doing whatever you're doing. Get into that, fully delve into that, become the best of what you can be, and then you'll be fine. And the last one is, in general, just be awesome to people, because that is where your main happiness will lie. That will be where your business opportunities lie. And if you're awesome to people, you can always sleep at night. You can you can have good businesses. You can enjoy life. So be awesome to people and have things. Don't be awesome to things and just have people. So that's three of those main things.
Love it. Great tips there. On a scale from 1 to 10, how weird are you?
I think I'm pretty weird.
I feel the same way about myself.
I wonder about myself, and then I wonder. I'm sure people look at me and wonder at me as well. I totally accept my weirdness, and I have a feeling I'm just only going to get weirder as time goes through.
Yep. That's I'm pretty proud of most of my weirdness.
Yes.
Some of it may be a little out there, but yeah, I'm the same way. And the more people I talk to and ask this question, the more I'm finding out entrepreneurs are admitting to their weirdness.
We're a weird bunch. We are such a weird bunch. I always say that in a relationship and marriage, there's two people. There's the same person, and there's the crazy one, and we both know which one we are. So you have to be weird. You have to be. You have to be kind of really self-centered as well in a weird way, because most people will care too much about what other people think, and they'll be too afraid to do it. But you have to go through that. I'm important, and my goals are important, and I'm going to put the effort and time into making it a reality. And you have to imagine and believe things that other people just say it's kind of crazy. It's, how do you do this? Earning money online, that's crazy, or a scam. You have to put all that aside and do it regardless. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, or putting for 6, 12, 18, 24 months and not making any money, or very, very, very little money. That's pretty crazy to normal people, I
mean, they'll and you'll have people talking in your ear going, hey, why don't you just give up on this whole making money online thing? It's obviously not working. You've been trying 2 years. You spent all this money. What have you got to show for it? And you're like, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Okay. Yeah.
And like you mentioned earlier, you have to enjoy the process.
Enjoy the process. Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Yep.
It can't just be about the dollars or the numbers. It has to be because you actually like to do this thing called internet marketing. I love internet marketing more than I've ever loved anything else. I'm totally addicted, enamored, in the process. I love seeing the numbers now, and I love the whole idea of creating offers and just helping people solve their problems.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, this is a podcast to get to interview people like yourself and other dadpreneurs out there and chat and pick up nuggets and book recommendations and tips on how to be a better dad or better entrepreneur and things like that. And this is kind of like my job, to be able to do this. This is kind of why I launched the podcast. So I see it definitely. So last question, where can we find out more about you? Facebook page, YouTube channel, website? What are you, what's the main thing to go to?
So just search up Samith Pich, SAMITH, then Pich is PICH. You have my website, you'll find me on YouTube, you'll find me on Facebook. Hit me up anytime if you have any questions.
Okay, good deal. Well, Samith, I appreciate, like I said, this is interview number 2 because we had some technical difficulties. So I appreciate you carving out some more time for us and redoing this one. And I think this one will, no technical glitches this time.
Yeah, absolute pleasure. It's been a lot of fun.
Awesome. Thanks again, man. I appreciate it.
Anytime. Done.